it's not just as simple as like they do at the end of each pool season where you just dump it in the park next door. You have to work with the insurance company. We should be draining it, not draining it, but we're going to hire a company. They're going to come in, take the water out, dispose of it at a different location, just health and safety for everybody. And we would have liked to initially had done that, but you know, this and other factors around town related to storm damage just prevent that from happening. You know, it's not as easy as throwing chlorine tablets in there. It's, you know, as you can see, it's pretty green and pretty bad. And you gotta remember too, this whole pool deck, as the water came down and the mud, I mean, this whole pool deck was covered with a good couple inches of mud too. So it's a challenge, and it's not just here. You know, we have staff that have been out at all the parks, and you know, so I understand people looking at just this pool as an isolated issue, but it's not just this. It's, you know, the recorder's office is has relocated to the assessor's office, like right next door, and that's going to be, as they redo that building, that's going to be probably a couple months. And then tourism building is closed, and I think they're getting ready to do some insulation. They then replace the drywall and all those kind of things, because that was heavily damaged in the rains. If we remember, it rained like 1.8 inches in 45 minutes, and then just came flooding down. So you had the roof situations, and then you had the ground situations. And you know, right now in admin, you know, some of those offices are closed. We had to what's the word I'm looking for? Put staff in other rooms, you know, while we're doing those offices too. So
and that's in the Calvada Eye.
Yes, the Calvada Eye was heavily damaged. I mean, the morning after the windstorms, buildings and grounds was over there working on the trees and the branches and the hanging branches and everything, and then the rains came behind us. And I mean, we do have contractors, but insurance is also involved, so you have to, you know, get the damage assessed, how much that's going to cost, what's the insurance going to cover. Just like, you know, when you wreck your car or you have damage to your private home, it's the same process. And, you know, it just takes time. You know, buildings and grounds is also, we're doing the fall festival internally this year, so there's a lot of preparation that has to go into that. That is also storm related, because there was things that happened that need to be taken care of. You know, whether it was the grounds or the trees above, or you remember there was a big shade tree over there by the horseshoe pits, and that completely got knocked over. Fortunately, it didn't really do a lot of damage when it fell, but that had to be cut up, taken away. And so it's just stories like that throughout the town and county. And you know, we understand the people's frustration, especially with the community pool, because it is a community focal point. It's only open for a short amount of time, but we hope that they understand that the health and safety of the community is what's most important. And just, you can't just dump this water over the fence. You know, it does have to be removed. It does have to be cleaned thoroughly, and you know, that's just what's more important than rushing through a job at this point.